You're wondering what the next conversation will be about, but it's about a lady who has taken it upon herself to change the narrative within the education space, doing the best, and today she's been able to win herself the 2025 Cambridge Dedicated Teacher Award as the global winner. We are having a conversation with Portia Gila. Yeah, Portia, how are you?
Very well,
It's
thank you.
Portia Jifa Gila.
Exactly.
Who is Portia?
Portia is a teacher with 11 years experience who is passionate about children and very particular about the holistic development of children.
Okay, so 11 years. Where did Portia start as a teacher 11 years ago?
Okay, I started with training from Accra College of Education, and then I had my teaching practice at Achimota Basic School in the year 2014. So from there, I was posted to my very first station at Fori DA Basic School in Kwewu from Plain South.
How was it like being there? Because we understand that as a teacher, sometimes you go to very remote areas, deployable roads, you are not able to concentrate on the teaching, the students are not staying in class, or pupils are not staying in class. How did you cope in Fori Basic School?
It was very challenging, but I got the inspiration from my father, who is a retired police officer, who told me to stay there and then get the experience. Because as you rightly said, some of the children, parents even come to the school to seek permission to take their children to the farm because they had to go labor and make some living. So it was challenging looking at where I stayed there in a mud house with no ceiling in the room.
In a mud house?
Yes.
With no ceiling?
Yes, a little polished though. Yeah, no ceiling. I had some tenants, I mean roommates, I should say, serpents, scorpions, bats. Yes. And
in the room with you?
Oh, yes.
And how did you survive that?
Let's say I'm adventurous.
Oh.
Yeah. Because there were days when it rains heavily. I would have to sleep on parts of my bed and then put some bowls to save some water on the other side of the bed because there were holes up there. I survived all that.
And you stayed in Fori for how long?
For 5 years.
5 years?
Yes.
And you stayed in that condition. For one, didn't you think of, you know what, I'm done with this. Let me just relocate. Let me just move from Fori and back to Accra, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you were from Accra before you went to Fori.
I didn't work in Accra. I schooled in Accra.
But you stayed in Accra?
Yes, I stayed in Accra.
So you were used to the city life before you moved to Fori. Didn't it ever occur to you that, you know what, let me just move from Fori and come back to Accra? Because staying with scorpions and all that, that's dangerous.
Yes, it did. It was scary from the very beginning. I was discouraged. But I looked at the children that if I leave, there were colleagues who were posted yet didn't end up there. So if I also leave, how many people would be willing to come? So I decided to sacrifice and stay and make an impact before leaving.
So what were some of the things you did in Fori in terms of impact?
Okay, in terms of impact in Fori, when I got there, there was an upsurge of teenage pregnancy in the community. And with the school being the only public school there in the community, most of the children from the neighboring villages came to school there. And I was disturbed looking at how far I had come, and children will have to look up to me. So I decided to start the girls' club in the school, where after school, every Wednesday, I mentor them, take them through some grooming to make them stay focused in school and also stay.
Wow.
Yeah.
And did you start any initiative? Because you understand that there was a part where you started with sanitary pads and all that. Was it in Fori?
No. For Fori, we had some NGOs supporting the girls. So mine was just to mobilize them and then speak to them, educate them, and ensure they stay in school. But it was after I left Fori that's another challenge surfaced where I am currently.
Which is?
Pakro Ajinase.
We'll talk about the Pakro Ajinase one, but let's talk about the transition.
That was also about menstrual hygiene with the girls especially. So I noticed some girls were not consistent in coming to school. So I do follow-ups. I go to their homes, find out why they are not in school. And then when I get what the problem is, I try to see if I can help save the situation. So that's how I started with the sanitary
part
parts.
side. So how did the transition come in from Fori to Pakro Ajinase, which we understand is some distance away from Mr. Wam, I guess.
Exactly.
So how did the transition go in there? And what really informed your decision to move from Fori to Pakro? Or is it the Ghana Education Service
No,
decision?
after staying in Fori for that number of years, I felt I had made enough impact. So I decided to move and at least get closer to family in Tema. That's how come I applied for transfer, which now we call reposting. And then I came to Kwapem South District. And then the district decided would put you at Pakro Ajinase Anglican School.
And that's the closest you can go to Tema.
Yes.
So you now you reside in Pakro.
Exactly.
Tell us about Pakro. Which side of, where is Pakro? I have not heard of the place before. This is my first time hearing of Pakro.
Pakro is a community about 40 miles away from Isawam. And it's a farming community. So they are basically mostly into okra, maize, and anything farming. So that's what they do for a living. And it's challenging being in Pakro too.
Oh, really? Even closer to Tema?
Oh, yes. The road network is really very terrible. Yes. And I think there should be a spa at Pakro because after traveling that road, you will need some massage. The road is bad. And then the children in the community seem to not see the world outside.
Okay.
Yes, looking at how the environment is, their focus is, okay, after school, if I'm able to go to secondary school, it ends there. So I had to take up another move to try to incite them to see that school doesn't only end after senior high school. Yeah, so with that, I am currently in charge of the gender club in our school, where I mentor the children, take them through some topics like cyberbullying, menstrual hygiene, personal hygiene, and then several other things. I also teach them soap making and some other skills, so that assuming they are out of basic school and they are unable to pursue further, they can have some skills, something to do.
So you have taken upon yourself to teach them these skills?
Yes.
So is it that their parents are aware, or is it an extracurricular activity you do in the school, or you just organize the girls in Park Road to just do that for them?
Okay, this is actually not only for the girls, it's for both gender.
Okay.
So we call it the Gender Club, and it's an initiative by KOICA, the Korea International Cooperative Agency, which they brought to Kwapem South, and it's in most of the schools. So their focus is maths and science, but they added the Gender Club to inspire the girls who don't really have interest in the maths and the science. So though I don't teach maths nor science, I am in charge of the Gender Club, where we take them through those skills. Their parents are aware, actually, so we take them through their skills. So assuming they don't have interest in either of those subjects, they can at least have, children like hands-on activities. So if there's something they can operate, manipulate, they find so much interest in it.
It looks like you are born to teach. If not for teaching, what else would you have done?
I'll be a broadcaster.
Or a broadcaster?
Oh, yeah.
Well, let's change seats. You sit here and I sit on the other side. But that's amazing. So how did you get into this whole Cambridge award thing, and now you are the 2025 award winner for this particular award scheme? Tell us about it, and how did you get in there?
Okay, thank you. A colleague contacted me on Facebook and told me he's been following what I do. I usually post some stuffs there, sometimes what I am teaching in class and some extracurricular activities I do with the children. So he saw it and sent me a message and said, oh, there's this award, which I think what you are doing fits it, so you can give it a try. So he sent a link, I went through it and realized, okay, the previous winners were also doing something outside the classroom. And their focus is actually on impact. what impact the teacher is making in the lives of the children outside the classroom. So I would have to need somebody to nominate me. So I spoke to a colleague, she accepted. I drafted my story of my teaching journey, gave it to her, she put in the nomination for me. Later I received an email from Cambridge that I had been nominated for the award and that they would update me if anything happened. So later again, I got another message that out of 5,000 nominations,
Wow.
yeah,
5 good thousand, the
yes.
whole world.
Oh yes, from 101 countries. They read stories about teachers and they shortlisted us to final 90. And with the final 90, there were 9 regions, so 10 for each region. And I happened to be in Sub-Saharan Africa. So according to the judges, they went through the stories again. They sent me some questions to answer in relation to the job I do and some other things relating to my teaching career. So I answered all those questions. I sent them links to the location where my school is. At some point, they couldn't even find my school on the Google Maps. So later, I had to send some pictures for them.
Tell us how rural and how remote that area is.
Very remote. So they located us, and the judges adjudged me the regional winner for Sub-Saharan Africa.
Wow.
Yeah.
We have that video. Let's bring you that video when she was adjudged the winner, and we'll have a conversation after.
Welcome to Cambridge. In just a moment, I'll be revealing the global winner of the Cambridge Dedicated Teacher Awards for 2025. The Cambridge Dedicated Teacher Awards is a global competition which invites nominations of current primary or secondary teachers for their excellent work, often going above and beyond their teaching duties. This year, we had over 5,000 nominations from 101 countries, and it was truly inspiring to hear so many wonderful examples of how teachers are supporting our learners to be ready for the world. We shortlisted 90 teachers from the nominations, and then a judging panel selected 9 regional winners from this shortlist. You can read all of their amazing stories on the Cambridge Dedicated Teacher website. These regional winners were then open to a public vote. Thank you to everyone who voted. The standards were high, so it must have been a difficult choice. So, let's meet the global winner now. And I should say that I'm going to surprise them with the news. They think they're talking to me about their regional win, but I have the honour of telling them that they are in fact the overall global winner. Hello, Portia.
Hello, Rod. I'm Portia, and I'm also very pleased to meet you too.
Well, look, I've actually got a surprise for you today, Portia. Not only are you the regional winner of the Dedicated Teacher Award for 2025, but following a fantastic public vote, people voting on all of the regional winners, you, above all others this year, have been recognised for the amazing work that you're doing. And I am hugely proud to be able to announce that you are our 2025 global winner. Congratulations.
Thank you!
How do you feel?
I'm overwhelmed. I don't know how to express this. I didn't see this coming. I'm grateful. Thank you. Thank you, and thanks to everyone who voted. Thanks to Ghana, the whole of Ghana, the whole of Africa, and everybody that voted for me. Thank you very much.
Okay. Well, Portia, this is the award. I want to congratulate you again and tell you that we are going to be sending this now from here in Cambridge to you in Ghana in recognition of your amazing achievement. Congratulations again.
My name is Portia Jufajila, a teacher of English at Parkour Ajanase Anglican Basic School, located in the eastern region of Ghana. I became a teacher by choice. And what I love about teaching is the fact that I am able to impart knowledge into young people who in turn impact the world. The most valuable lesson I have learned from a student is to be patient in all situations. The project or initiative I was nominated for is my sanitary pads and school uniforms project, which I do annually for my students who come to school in tattered uniforms, and for young teenage girls who have the challenge of maintaining menstrual hygiene.
We are happy to announce to you that Portia has emerged as the global winner.
What it means to me being the winner for the 2025 Dedicated Teacher Awards is that I am so much inspired that the work I am doing in and out of the classroom has been acknowledged not only where I am based but also worldwide. How I hope my students will remember me as a teacher. It won't only be centered on the classroom experiences we shared, but for the fact that they had access to me even at home, where they could come to interact, dine, and talk, and also that I'm able to give them counsel when they come seeking.
And that's the amazing moment where Jifa was announced to be the regional winner before there was an election that you went in for the global winner. How did you feel? I can tell from the videos that you were very excited, but when you got into your closet, how did you feel?
That feeling, it's unexplainable. Unexplainable, because I never imagined this happening. I never thought. After I was told about the awards and my friend put in the nomination, I totally forgot about it. I wasn't thinking about it. So this whole thing came as a very big surprise.
You thought nobody was watching. Yeah, someone was watching. And today we are seated here. But now that you've gotten the award, what next? Is it that someone will ask, is it an award that is coming with some cash? Is it an award that is giving you some opportunity to do something? Details of what the awards come with. Okay.
The award didn't come with cash, but I got the opportunity to select some books, textbooks for my school. So books worth 500 Great British pounds. And the books have been presented. I got some certificates too. And for the global, I was given an opportunity to take a course, a virtual course. And then after which I'll be given a certificate.
So with a virtual course, what course are you taking?
Well, I'm taking English language and in relation to the Cambridge curriculum.
Wow. Yeah. So one may ask that after you are done with the course, are you moving now from the GES way of doing the education to the Cambridge style? Is that what you are doing? Are you moving from Parkour to another institution?
Moving from Parkour, the glory came at Parkour, so I can't just leave Parkour behind. Though someday I would leave just as I left Furi. But then I would learn from the Cambridge curriculum and practice that, actually implement that at Parkour to also make a change. GES is doing well. We are doing well in our own parts of the world, because even as at now, my Director of Education, Mama Hello, has acknowledged what this has brought, the glory it has brought to the region. So I can't just leave Parkour. Rather, I'll learn from there and make the impact here.
Beautiful. So now that you've won these awards and now you're learning English, Cambridge and all that, you've been given all the opportunities that you deserve, also recognition that you've gotten, what do you intend to use it for so that you can help a lot more people that you are helping in Park Row and beyond? Any pleas you'd want to make to organizations or any benevolent individuals to come into this space so that they can help you, so that you can achieve the aim you want for girls or maybe the people of Park Row in terms of education?
Well, yes, I wouldn't want this to remain only at Park Row. I'd be glad if it goes through the whole nation, nationwide, or possibly worldwide, where Portia would be known not only as a classroom teacher, but one that makes impact in the lives of young people, not only her students. So I'd be glad if organizations get on board to support, whether financially or in kind, giving us items to support both teaching and then the basic needs of the children. Yeah, so I would want them to support those who can give us sanitary pads, those who can sponsor school uniforms, teaching and learning materials that would supply to schools to enable them also be possibly at par with the other schools.
You have identified some problems within some schools. From the first one, which name is the first one, the first institution you were in again? Fori down to Park Row. What are some of the key things you think that should be provided for schools? Because most of the schools we have seen in recent times, we were talking about issues from Yape and other places, the students not able to get the desks and all that, the classrooms congested and all that. But you have been in the space for 11 good years. What are some of the challenges within the education space?
Technology is one thing that's surfacing at a very high speed lately. And looking at myself teaching in the rural community for 11 solid years, our major challenge is with computers. We do study computing as a subject from primary school to JHS, but then the resources to implement that are not easily accessible to us. So you come to the school, there is one small room designated for computing where the children could go and then practice. Yet to get there, there are no computers.
So how do they learn?
For example. So the
You
teacher
draw it
comes
on the board?
No, we don't draw on the board, but the teacher comes with his laptop and looking at the number of children in a class, all sitting by one laptop, it doesn't make the teaching and learning effective. So I would be glad if not only government can do it, although they are trying so well, but then if organizations that can supply schools with computers, government schools especially, with computers to enable their children practice what they learn in the books, I'd be so glad, because we all write the same exams. And then the child in the city is practicing. The one in the rural community is only learning theories. So I'd be glad if they put that one in place. And then when it comes to science, now we are looking at STEM. When it comes to science, we should have computer laboratories in the basic schools too. We shouldn't only begin at the secondary school. So I think that should also be looked at.
You think the basic schools are lacking?
Oh yes. Looking at where I'm coming from, though we've had some non-profitable organizations bringing us some, how do we call it, some items to use at the school to help teach the science. I don't teach science, but I have a little interest there. So sometimes I do visit to see what they are being taught, so I could also learn a few things. And I realized that we would also need the science labs as well. In secondary schools, they do have it. So what prevents us from having saying at the basic? And I believe if the child begins learning that at the early stage, it would help in a long way when they get to the secondary school.
Beautiful. Now that you have set the pace, I'll put it that way, and a lot of people will now look up to you as a teacher, that you are doing something in your own corner and you've excelled to this point. What will be the word of encouragement that you give to other teachers, your colleagues who are in remote areas, deployable areas. I know people in OT region, people in the Western region, parts, very remote areas, but they are trying to go about their day-to-day activities. What will be your encouragement to these people?
They should not focus on the challenges, because if you do, you might remain where you are, possibly give up. But rather look at the inspiration. In school we learn about intrinsic inspiration, intrinsic motivation. So they should look within. What inspires you to continue being in the classroom? And also look at the impact they would make. It is what you do that will produce the results. So the challenges we should not focus on. The reward will definitely come. The reward not in heaven, but here.
Are there some key people you want to thank who have assisted you or helped you during this period and ensure that you've gotten to this height?
Oh, yes. The very first person would be my father, Chief Inspector retired, Edward Echejila. I want to thank my dad for inspiring me and pushing me when the going got tough and I wanted to quit. Secondly, to my District Director of Education, Madam Miss Elizabeth Ifriye, for also being behind me, backing me all this while. To my Honorable MP, Honorable Jiwonu Laurentia. Yeah, she also recognized me, gave me a gift to also encourage me to keep doing what I'm doing. And to my colleagues at Pakro Ajanase, my head teacher, and the very lady who nominated me, Ms. Joycelyn Opoku, thank you so much. This journey, this award came through her nomination.
Wow.
Yes. So people usually...
She was a teacher?
Yes, she's a teacher in my school. So Joycelyn, thank you. And to the whole Pakro community, the parents who allow their children to come to me at home, those coming with issues, those coming to do homework, and everybody who contributed, not forgetting Fori DA, where my teaching journey started.
Wow. Thank you so much, Portia. I'm really impressed that at least you are doing something in your own small corner. Somebody has seen it, recommended you, and now it's gone viral and you've gone global. So we are so excited. Portia Jifa Jila is a 2025 Cambridge Dedicated Teacher Award Global winner. You may not know where you'll be next, so just keep doing the little you can do, but do your best in that institution in which you find yourself, devoid of what the issues are around us. We have a lot of problems. Like Portia said, the government cannot solve all, but then again, benevolent individuals can come in, organizations can also support, so that we can make Ghana the place that we want to be. Portia, thank you so much, and keep doing the good work you are doing.